So is it a tablet or is it a phone? That is the question that we're going to answer in our review of the Samsung Galaxy Note for AT&T. Hey everyone, BWOne here from BWOne.com. We're going to start off this review by answering two big questions people are going to have when they first see this. First question, can it fit in my pocket? Can it fit in my purse, in my bag? Can it travel with me? That's going to be the first question people want to know. And the answer to that is pretty much, yeah, it's going to be able to travel with you pretty decent. As far as pants, anybody that wears, normal jeans, I wouldn't recommend skinny jeans, but wear, normal jeans with the big size pockets, the Galaxy Note's been able to fit in there just fine. With dress pants, it should be able to fit in there as well, but it might feel a little awkward in there because dress pants are a little bit thinner, so it might feel a little weird. It might feel a little weighted in there because it's still a light device, but it's going to feel a little weighted in there. So you might want to throw it inside your suit jacket if you have one. You can throw it in there to see if that works for you. And it's going to fit in there pretty well too. You could fit it inside your shirt pocket, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily because it's going to feel a little weighted. It's going to feel a little weird having it there, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but for the most part, it could pretty much fit inside of there. Now, as far as bags are concerned and purses and such like that, you should be able to fit in most bags. You should be able to find a bag, a purse, and stuff like that. You should be able to work. Ladies out there, you have your different size purses and stuff, so you should be able to find one that fits that. Find one that fits the Galaxy Note pretty well. And bags are going to fit in most bags just fine. Now, the second question people are going to have is, do I look weird? Does it feel weird to talk on this as a phone since it's so big? And the answer to that is, at first, it feels a little awkward because of the size, but you're going to get used to it, and honestly, it's really just a wider version of what a normal phone would feel like. So it's just going to take some getting used to when talking on it. But it's kind of an icebreaker in a little way too. When people kind of see you talking on it, they're going to ask kind of what type of device it is, what you're talking on. So it's kind of a cool way to break the ice with. But for the most part, it just takes some getting used to. So now that we've answered those two big questions, let's really look at the Samsung Galaxy Note and see if this is really the device for you. One of the things that's different from the international version, it does come with a 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor that isn't a Samsung processor, but it's still a nice processor, and overall I had a pretty good experience. I didn't notice any slowdowns with the processor there, so don't worry about that too much. It does come with 1 gigabyte of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal storage. We'll take off the battery back door here. Kind of a flimsy door here. I wish they would give you a little bit better here, but the material does feel comfortable in the hand here on the back. Does come with a micro SD card slot, and you can put up to 32 gigabytes of additional storage inside the phone. Does come with a 2500 milliamp hour battery. Samsung claims all-day battery life with it, and you pretty much get that. I was able to go from 9:30 a.m. all the way to 10:30 p.m. so I got about 13 hours of battery life using 3 email accounts, 2 Twitter accounts, 1 Facebook account. I was streaming on YouTube. I was also doing some Google Music streaming as well, and I made about 6 phone calls on it because obviously this is a phone, so you want to use it for that. And they were about 10 minutes each per call, and I was able to go all the way to 13 hours of total battery life. So that's pretty good there. And we will snap this back in. You got to make sure you really snap this battery door back on tightly, because sometimes there'll be some points of it where it's up and you didn't realize it because you thought you had it on the whole way. So you want to make sure you just go all around like that so you don't hear any more snapping anymore. Alright, you can see there. We'll start here, right here at the bottom. You have the speakerphone, which isn't the loudest speakerphone, and at its loudest settings it can be a little tinny, but it's good enough to get through most conversations and stuff like that. As you can see there, I started to snap another portion down, so that's why I said you got to be really careful with the battery door here. But right next to that speakerphone is this S Pen, which is one of the biggest features here. It's not a stylus, so don't call it stylus or Samsung, don't get mad with you. Basically, this S Pen can pretty much do everything your finger could do. So it basically does all the capacitive inputs within a pen here, and it's obviously more precise than your finger would be. And I'm gonna show you how that works in the software portion of the review. 8 megapixel camera here at the top with LED flash, 1080p HD video capture. Basically the same exact camera from the Samsung Galaxy S2 line of phones. So you're gonna get that really good picture quality and the very good video quality with very good audio with that video as well too. You can check out our sample videos and pictures in the full review, and available at BWOne.com, and the link to that in the description. So definitely check that out. And another big thing here, obviously that makes it unique besides the S Pen, is the 5.3-inch HD Super AMOLED display. And the display is really nice, really sharp. You're going to really notice how good this display looks as we go through the software portion here. And overall, it's going to make it a little bit of a wide device. So you're going to notice that in your hand. It's going to make it a wide phone. So people with small hands may be a little difficult to hold with one hand like that. And definitely with one hand operation, it's really, you're not really going to be doing a lot of that with this on here unless you got bigger hands like I have. But in most cases, you're going to be doing a lot of two-handed operation with things. You're using a stylus in that case because of the size of the phone and how wide it is. But being that wide, it still keeps a very thin profile with it, I have to say. You can see right there. So you really do get a nice overall great hardware package with it, and while keeping it very slim so it's not going to be too heavy in your pocket. So the Galaxy Note does run Android 2.3 Gingerbread with TouchWiz on top of it. This is the lock screen here. The lock screen pretty much goes like this. I'm using this S Pen here to do it because you can do anything your finger can do to unlock. And swipe like that to unlock it. But what's weird is that if you swipe it real fast, it almost looks like a glitch almost. So it's not a glitch, but the animation is just that fast when you unlock it like that. So just be aware of that when you're using the when you're unlocking your phone rather. But it uses TouchWiz pretty much implemented on top of it here. TouchWiz 4.0 isn't too much different than what you've seen in other Galaxy S2 style devices. Pretty much a lot of the latest Samsung devices that use TouchWiz 4.0. Pretty much the software is exactly the same, and even the application offerings for the most part are the same, except for a couple of key features that we will focus on. It also doesn't have the video editor application that you find in the in any Galaxy S2 that uses Samsung's processor has that. And I found that the ones that don't use Samsung's processor don't have that application, so this one doesn't have that there. Alright, so one of the things we're really going to focus on here with this review is really the S-Memo application right here, and pretty much everything pretty much the stylus can do here. So one of the unique things here is with the stylus here, let's say you want to take some notes here, you're in the middle of a phone call, or let's say you want to take notes based upon this weather widget, just to give you an example. Not a great example, but just give you an example. Say I want to take a quick note down. You hold the button down, double tap, and you bring up what they call S-Memo Lite, and you create your note and anything you want within here. So you can draw. You can see I'm not that good at it with it just yet, but you can pretty much, you can bring up the eraser, you can change the pens, go from brush, pencil, marker, you can change the font, you can change, how thick to how thin the ink is when you're writing and such. You can also do keyboard as well too if you wanted to as well, so you can bring in the keyboard input with it. Now right here I have up here actually the ice cream sandwich keyboard, but you can actually change that. Input method, we'll change that back to the Samsung keyboard. Show here, and with the Samsung keyboard you can actually hit the little T there and you can actually write in what you want and it'll type it out for you. So it should recognize it here, so we'll do FRO from. So I got that, let's see, 2, do a space here. Alright, I got that wrong a little bit there, so it's not the most accurate, but you kind of get the idea. Let's see it go. Try to write as best I can. Figured it out, but at least bring up what it thinks it is there. But you kind of get the idea with that. You can go back here. And with the 5.3-inch display, I just want to show you quickly here, you do have a lot of space to type, which does make the typing experience a lot better, I have to say here. So you want to type something, you can type out very well, and you're going to have plenty of space here for it. Although I still do prefer using the ice cream sandwich keyboard, which you can download from the market. And hopefully when this does get updated Android 4.0, you'll have that by default. But you could see there that I just kind of like typing with this one a little bit better on this particular device. So just to show you that there. So let's say that's what we want our memo to be, and we've saved it, and hey, this is what our memo to be, or we want to write some more information. You can type anywhere and you can see what's behind there. So you can type in more information about, partly cloudy skies, and you want the weather report and all that stuff. You can see what it is and then write that information down sort of accordingly as you want to there. You hit save and your note's saved just like that, and it's saved in the S-Memo application, which will open up here, and you can see your note right there, and you can further edit what you want to and go along, going left to right swipes between the different ones here. Speaking of that, we can bring this up here. This is actually what somebody drew, so they took a picture and they kind of drew all on it here. That's how accurate the the pen can be here as we go through some of these. You know, an artist drew this using the S Pen right on a Samsung Galaxy Note. Really cool. You can see all through here. You can do another thing. You can send directions to people, so you can take a screenshot, which will show you how that works. You can take a screenshot here and, you know, meet me here and make these notes here. And they're all JPEG, so when you want to share these out, you can just share via, and you can share these out anywhere. And wherever you send them, they're going to be sent as a JPEG, so people are going to be able to see it like that. And you can create a new note here. When you create a new note, not only can you write, you can, you know, type or write, whichever one you want to do. You can also add a voice memo if you want to as well too. You can add a picture here as well too, or, you know, a map or anything that you want to add to it there as well, and pretty much create your note. It's very similar to Microsoft OneNote, I have to say. If you ever used that program, it's pretty much the S-Memo is very similar to that, and it'd be really cool if they can get some type of API synchronization between the two of those and really use it that way. But you kind of get the idea kind of how S-Memo and stuff works here. And we'll actually go back here, and let's say we want to take a screenshot of this, for example. All we have to do is hold the button down, the button on the S Pen down. There's your screenshot. Alright, and we can actually manipulate that if we want to. So if we want to draw anything on here, you're going to draw Boston Seas Rule, or wherever you want to draw on top of it here. You can actually erase, you want to erase that if you want to. You want to crop, you can actually do a cropping, which is pretty cool. Let's say we just want just these icons here. We just want just these row of icons here. You can get real precise. I'm just kind of doing this real quickly, but you can do it like that, and you can hit done, and you've cropped just that particular piece of it out, and you can save that and send that out as you want to as well too if you want. So it's pretty cool that you can do a lot of those things all with this S Pen here. Really nice addition, a really nice software added on with it here too. And there's other things you can do with the S Pen as well. Let's do some Angry Birds. And with Angry Birds, you'll be able to really precisely, pretty much precisely get the angle and get the shot that you want. Go on the first stage here. Let's see. I'll try to have it there. Hope you guys can see. See there. Really precise and accurate. You basically do everything so your fingers can still do it. Oh, missed one there. Oops, don't want to. Obviously, with having such a screen of this magnitude at 5.3 inches and HD, you're definitely going to want to watch some video on here. And I have to say here, the video looks very good. We'll turn on the audio down here just a little bit. This is a 720p clip here. As you can see, the colors look really good. The video flows very smoothly. Playback's very smooth. You know, the image, you know, video quality looks great on here. So definitely, if you're going to watch some video, YouTube, Netflix, and things like that, and you want to watch them on the go, the Galaxy Note is definitely good, especially with the 5.3-inch screen. You're really going to enjoy watching video content on here. Obviously, here one of the big features of the Galaxy Note is the 4G LTE connectivity. We'll begin a test here, but I'll also show you some of the previous results that we have as that test is running along. We do, you see, I've kind of done some tests throughout the week here, and we've gotten as high as about 14 megabits per second, and on the download, and on the upload, I've gotten as high as 4.65, and then we've gotten as low as 0.9 on upload, and as low as about 6.46 on the download. So the speed stuff can do vary with LTE to go along here as this test is going. On this particular test that we just did, we got 12.05 megabits on the download and about 5.20 megabits on the upload. So you can see it pretty much goes kind of accurate with the rest of the test results here. So you're gonna get, it isn't the blazing fast LTE speed that we've seen in some other markets that other people are having in other cities, but it's still very good speeds, and it's gonna get the job done for you. For you big book readers out there, you may be interested in the Galaxy Note just because of its screen size. It's really going to make reading books a lot more enjoyable on a phone here. As you can see, with the larger screen, you just get much more closer to like an e-reading experience. Now, it isn't like 7 inches as like you normally see with a Kindle, but definitely big enough that I think a lot of readers out there are probably going to like this very much so. And also with such a large screen, also with email, you will see that it takes advantage. Now, this is the standard email client you've seen in all Galaxy S2s, and pretty much it operates the same way as before when you go to landscape mode. What the nice thing here is that you have just that much more room to kind of play around with here. with the 5.3-inch display. You can see the email, you can see a lot more of it, and it just gives you some more space in here. And you can see how that is 5.3 inches here. You can see here the Galaxy Nexus here, you can see screen size comparison at 4.65. You can just see the differences there in terms of just how bigger is the Galaxy Note screen at 5.3 inches, as you can see. So for the most part, TouchWiz on here is pretty much what you've seen before on other Galaxy S2 devices, as we said before. But one of the nice things here is that they've changed the resolution on it so it fits the screen. So since they have a larger screen size, they didn't just like leave the icons at the same size as you would see on smaller devices. You actually get more rows and more icons and things like that to fit on one part, fit on one screen here, as you can see, which is one of the things I really do like about it. In terms of, like I said, software, other than S-Memo, it really is pretty much all the typical Samsung stuff that you would see on here, such as Media Hub and AT&T stuff as well too. AT&T family, the family management software, the code scanner. You do have Kia's Air on here. You have Social Hub from Samsung on here as well too. You do have, like I said, the Media Hub for downloading movies and stuff like that as well too. There's also the Movies application from AT&T that you can also purchase and watch movie content from there as well too. You do have the Music Player. You do have a My Files, which is basically your file manager inside of here as well, so you can manage your files and such. But for the most part, it's the same exact stuff that you normally see on any other Galaxy S2 device. So did Samsung succeed in creating the superphone, a hybrid between the phone and the tablet and the Galaxy Note? They definitely did here. They did a great job with the Galaxy Note here. I really like a lot of the features. I love the S Pen technology, being able to jot a note down real quick just by writing on the screen. I think is really nice. You know, that removes sort of the pen and paper aspects of things. I really like being able to crop a photo really precisely on the phone. I really like being able to play Angry Birds or Fruit Ninja with more accuracy than you can with your finger. I love the smartphone features, obviously, with the great call quality, the 4G LTE, and I like some of the additions with the 5.3-inch screen, which you normally see on sort of the larger screen side, which leans more toward the tablet side. Being able to view HD video on here looks great, and being able to read on here with with e-readers and books and stuff like that looks really good. So the e-reader crowd might be attracted to this as well too, because it's just the right size for doing a lot of reading and books and stuff like that. So my only two sort of disappointments with it here is one, that it didn't share with Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich. You know, the operating system, which is the latest one from Google, that's supposed to be the combination of phone and tablet for Android, isn't on here. So hopefully, they'll get the update for this. Should have shipped with it, but it didn't. But hopefully they'll get the update real soon so we can see really what this device, can do even more. And also the S Pen technology isn't incorporated in a lot of apps yet. So hopefully more developers, when Android 4.0 comes out, more developers will jump onto the S Pen technology and design more apps that are geared for using that pen. So hopefully that will come in the near future. But overall, I really like the Galaxy Note, and you won't be disappointed with it. It's probably one of the best Android devices available on the AT&T network, so definitely give it a thumbs up. So this is BWOne here from BWOne.com, reminding you to subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, become a fan of our Facebook fan page, also circle us on Google Plus as well too. The link to that and all social media is in the description, along with our full review as well too. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.